everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Portfolio Profits. This is our podcast, all things real estate, all things investing in Indianapolis, and just talking about our brokerage portfolio and how our realtors are made and trained to shine and provide the best value to our clients. And I'm super excited about today because we have Gail. Thank you for joining us, Gail.
You're welcome.
Will you say your last name for me?
Mangiacarne.
I can never say it.
Yes. It means meat eater in Italian.
Beet?
Mangiacarne.
Mangiacarne.
Yeah, eat meat.
Eat meat?
In Italian.
I actually like eating meat. So
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
In Italian.
Italian, that's what it means. You must have been
How
butchers.
did I not know that? We've known each other all these years.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because you never refer to me by last name.
I just call you the Gail. So Gail, it's so cool that you're here because we have such a crazy history and past. As a former client of mine, we learned a lot about houses together. Mm-hmm. And then basically I feel like you knew in your heart of hearts, you always said, I could do this. I love real estate. I want to help others too. Mm-hmm. And so we've joined forces. So tell us a little bit about your history on getting to this couch.
I have bought and sold 7 houses in the last 12 years.
Amazing.
And so when I decided to sell my house in Indiana and move to Florida, we thought that would be a forever move, but I chose Megan because we were already friends. But before that, I'd already known she was an excellent realtor in my area. There were signs always in my neighborhood, and
Yep.
She was taking a really good friend of mine around to see houses
That's right.
all the time. So
We
had so much fun.
We toured houses together.
She wasn't interested at all, but we had fun looking.
We did.
We did. We liked to look. So it was a good time, and that's what we had fun just doing that.
I kind of forgot we did
Yes.
do a lot of tours together.
Yep, we did.
But you know what? Looky-loos sometimes turn into buyers, and I love looking at houses too. So we had some fun.
Yes, and so I've always loved looking at houses. And I mean, I'm just always interested in what house prices are, what my comps are to my house,
You did.
and all that. So I moved to Florida, and then I moved back in a year because it was not where we were
Florida
supposed to be.
wasn't for you.
Nope. So, and then we came back here and we bought a house that was under construction.
That's right.
And so during construction, Megan was my realtor.
Yeah.
And we had couple issues. I would tell the rep, Megan is very upset with this because she knew how powerful you were in our community, and that you were not refer other people to that builder if they did not fix what was wrong. So
I do feel like builder reps work for the builder.
Yes.
And if the buyer's unrepresented, they do get pushed around a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And when you're represented, the builder pays for that representation, not the buyer.
Right.
And it's why would you not have representation solely focused
Oh
on
no,
you
you need to have representation
you're right.
on a new construction.
Because we had a lot of ups and downs during that
we did.
And this is a luxury build.
It was luxury
that had some issues, but I mean, I think I have the builder's VP number in my phone still from that.
Oh my gosh, we had I'm very particular. That's half the problem.
Perfect.
And I am a very particular person, but they were willing to fix these things because I said so, because they were like, no. And I would throw your name in and they'd be like, oh yes, we will fix that now. Or you would write them a letter because you wrote them a lot of emails and a lot of, this is unacceptable. And and they fixed it. They did. They did everything right, and it's perfect now.
I'm so glad. It is an awesome house, and I'm so glad we had that experience and that you're willing to share that, because I think no one talks about the negative side of building or the negative side of real estate, where you do pay for representation. You want an expert there who can back you up and has all the contractors ready to help.
And also Andy, who was also involved in this build and had done so much for us for that too.
My dedicated
because
showing agent.
He was there through the process and what needed to be fixed.
Just having all hands on deck.
Yes, all hands on deck.
For one, is
so
what we used to say.
and I was very, very grateful.
Yeah,
for that.
and then I remember after you get into your home, you and I are looking at houses a little bit. Yeah. You decide to go for the new build, and at one point, maybe several years ago, you're like, I think you're a bulldog. You should just own your own brokerage.
We were on my driveway, my gravel driveway was not paved yet. No. And I was like, why do you work for somebody else? Why are you not your own broker?
I know, I loved that.
Yes.
You told me that.
And you were like, why don't you do real estate? And I was like, okay, well, now I have to do real estate.
And you didn't know, in the back of my head, I was kind of talking through that
And that also put something in the back of my head that I should, because I had seen so many houses and knew so much about houses.
You did. And you did that by going to open houses. I think it's really cool that you had so much real estate knowledge, and a lot of my clients do. They love it, and they get into the details. And I mean, we would go for like years after you close, and you'd randomly be like, what about this house? What do you think about this pricing? And I loved it because I love talking pricing and numbers because data don't lie. And you knew your data. And so you decided to get your real estate license.
Yes.
And then tell me a little bit about that.
I decided to do that. My kids are getting older, so they're in high school, and I need a new life, a new career, because I can't. There's nothing really to do anymore with the kids, and that's my passion. I've always loved looking at houses and seeing houses, and I just like to see what's out there, what people have, what's, and it's not just about the house. I had some really bad realtors in the past who did not advise me correctly. And my dream is to be a buyer's agent where I'm advising young couples or anybody that, I would never tell somebody what to buy, but I would say, you know what, think about, if it was an older house, think about all the expenses that might come with that, or think about, on a new construction, think about things that could go wrong during that process. Just like I would be more informative than I felt like people were with me.
With you. And you saw the niche. You saw issues where there were realtors out there that aren't providing good insight, likely not trained well, don't have their own knowledge, don't know to go find their own knowledge. And so I loved that you just, like, I'm doing this. And you came and you joined us. Tell us about how, I mean, it's kind of scary being a brand new realtor.
I joined your group because, of course, you were my inspiration.
Thank you.
So,
yeah, I love that.
Well, you're a great realtor. And honestly, I just wanted to be with other great realtors. And I came to a meeting, and you were like, you even said, if this is not for you,
I did.
Don't come. Even though we're friends.
I forgot I said that.
Yeah, you said come in and, see if you like the vibe. And if you don't like it, just go. Not a big deal. And I came in, and I was like, the very first meeting was about investors. And it was like Zach telling everyone about, where to invest and how to invest. And I was like, I've always wanted to invest. Always.
You have. I remember.
And so that's always been another, passion of mine. And so I was like, oh, wow, they're already talking about things I'm interested in. And, and everyone was so excited. I've never met people that were like so excited. And
I love that.
I'm not really an excited person so much, but I think I offer something else, so,
you do.
I'm not like a real, but I do.
But there's still spots for places.
Yeah, because people need to be not like that all the time.
To offset all of our we have a lot of high energy. We have a lot of introverts who still come and learn and lean in. And they're not raising their hand all the time, but they're taking notes.
Yeah, well, I do raise my hand to say some sarcastic comments
the
time.
We love.
So
all personalities are welcome, but hard work and being willing to do the hard work.
And I want to do the hard work. And I am very responsive. And I did have one client.
Yes, tell me.
So, yay, I got one sale. Which is great.
Amazing.
Yeah. And so we had pretty easy, I would say a pretty easy.
Pretty good transaction.
Yeah, but I couldn't have done that without the help of our team.
Yeah, you're right.
And thank goodness Andy was on call for me at all hours because I was stressing out because I don't know the answers.
It's very stressful.
Yes.
That first year, especially, you're like,
well,
what
they
am I
don't teach
doing?
this to you in real estate
Nobody
school.
teaches it in real
estate school was a joke. It was like, I mean, it was seriously like they don't teach you the ins and outs of the contracts and it's all just things that
rote memorization.
Like how where things are on the map and things that I probably won't use ever again that you have to know. You have to know.
Yeah.
But not what I was doing for this transaction.
Right.
And I needed people who were experts and people who would make my client feel good.
Yes.
And Andy made my client feel amazing because when you have a lot of anxiety and somebody else has a lot of anxiety, you don't want to put that anxiety on them.
You're so well said.
So she was very high. I wouldn't say she was not high maintenance. She's like anxious. Everyone's anxious.
And that's allowed to be, as you're selling home, it's an anxious process.
Right.
So
We're all
how
anxious.
do I handle those emotions? Nobody teaches that.
And I was trying to calm her down, but sometimes you need another person who's really, educated and has been doing this for a long time to say, this is no big deal.
Correct.
And because to me, everything was a big deal. I don't know.
Because you don't know if it's a big
Yeah,
deal.
I
It's
don't
your
know.
first time.
Yeah.
You do know, but you're a little nervous.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I know certain things, and I know home inspections, and I know things like that, but I don't know, responses well, and I don't know how to form a response yet
Right.
back. And Andy was there to do that for me, to say, this is a good way to say it. Not do it for me so much, but to teach me.
Right.
I need to
Yeah.
be taught.
Talk a little bit about this amazing service that you created. So you're in portfolio for a couple months.
Yes.
You start doing showings for people because you
Yeah.
love showings and you have that availability.
Yes.
We kind of call it pop-up showings. When they pop up and someone's in a meeting and someone's with kids, you raise your hand and help. And then we kind of talked and I said, make it a service.
Yeah, you did.
And tell me, what did you do? Talk about that.
I thought about it and I thought, you know what? I don't have a lot of, I still have time, but I don't have time. I could easily go show houses during the day or at night when needed. And I love looking in people's homes.
Yeah.
It genuinely brings me happiness. And
does.
so,
I know.
It really does.
And
Because I love to see how people live.
Yes.
So it's fascinating to me. I can't even believe it sometimes. But I love going in these homes.
You do.
So they were like, oh, do you want to come? So I'm like, yeah, see a home? That's my dream. I like to go on a weekend to see a home. So
make a business out of it.
make a business out of it. If someone wants me to come and show a home because they're out of town or they're not here or they have other things to do, I will gladly show a home. And anytime, call me, text me, anything. I will be there. And also, to toot my own horn, every house that I have shown, someone has put a contract on.
Heck yeah, girl.
So, and I think
you're not just a door opener.
No, and I think that's because they can see it in my face whether it's good or not, or if I feel like it's a good.
You're willing to be direct.
Yes, oh my gosh, I will be so direct.
Love it.
If I see more than one home with somebody and they say, you could tell what
you can feel
it. Yes,
and sometimes you can't put your finger
on it. Or they'll ask me, do you think that the flooring's good in here, or do you? I'm like, I don't know about that. I just, I'm pretty. I think I'm very honest. Let's put it that way. And you can see it. You can see it on my face.
And I think people appreciate honesty.
Yes.
And whether they accept it or not.
They do. And they want to know whether it's a good deal or not.
It's nice to have another opinion. Not just their realtor that they're working with, because you trust and paid that realtor.
I'm not your realtor.
Right.
So you can ask me
questions.
questions.
In your game. And
none.
I'm very honest with the clients that you're meeting.
Yes.
So it turned into the situation where I'm so proud of you creating a buyer specialist.
And I also can do showings. I could do closings. I could do inspections. I could do. I put signs out for Ashley the other day because she's not here. So
I love
you need signs put out. I'm your sign girl.
And I love that. You saw that itch, and then we monotonized it and said, hey, you guys look at this list of services. When you're out of town, when you're traveling, if you're busy with kids, don't say no to a client.
Right.
Don't change the time.
Don't.
Get them in the house. Gail will do that for you.
I will. And I come with prepared information. I don't just show up there.
No.
So as long as they give me,
ample time.
Ample time.
You have the CMA. You have the MLS.
Yes.
You're looking at the sales disclosure. You reviewed it. And then when you open the door, you're like, let's check that roof. It says 15 years.
Yes.
Let's look at
And I always say that to people. Look at your furnace. Look at the roof. Look at, your major mechanicals.
Because you're so excited they're in a house and they fall in love with it, they forget to look at that.
Let me tell you how many times I've had mechanicals fail because nobody told me to look at the mechanicals.
When you bought.
When I first bought. When I was young.
Younger.
And I, did not know.
You don't
I had a terrible time in Roanoke, Virginia. Nobody told me.
Wow.
And it was an older house.
Yeah,
and nobody said to me, oh, you know what? You could have bats behind the shutters. I didn't know this. This is a problem. Did you know this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go behind your shutters and look.
Oh my God.
I found that out. Bats. And I had no idea that was a thing. So you learn over
time
what you can have and what you know.
So really you've had 14 at least experiences of buying and selling total.
Yes.
And then
look at the driveways. Look at what people like, what people don't like. You know what? You may love that your driveway's on a hill. Some people don't love that the driveway's on a hill. So when you go to everything in my mind is resale.
I love that.
You know,
too.
always.
And you were.
And I looked at your house before you bought it.
Yeah, you did.
And I said, it's a great house.
I love that. So cool.
You will do very well one day.
And I showed you that.
You did. You trusted me.
I did trust
before
you.
I was ever
You're right.
a real estate agent.
Come by and look at it.
Come by and look at it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What a cool memory.
Yep. Come by and look at it.
And it's this full circle that you got your license. I said, go ahead and get it. you like us, join us. I don't care.
Yeah, you
and
were.
you did it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm learning.
Yeah, because I want to be somewhere I trust. And I trust you, and I know you know your business.
Yeah.
It's one thing if I didn't think that.
Yeah.
I know you know your business.
Yeah.
I know from my whole neighborhood and my sphere of friends
Yes.
that you know your business.
Yeah.
You know, so
I love that. It means a lot because
Yeah.
women seeing women is really important
It
in our
is.
world. And I also think it's so cool that you found your space here.
Yeah.
So join us
yeah.
because then
Yes.
Gail will show you all your
I
houses
will
for
show you all. I literally, it's like a key to the world that I have now that I
It's so
never
true.
had.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
like a superpower. I could go into anybody's house and see it
And analyze.
and analyze it because I know. I mean, like the one came up in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I was like,
We started talking about it.
I'm gonna go look at that house immediately because I want to
love
see
that.
what things are in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I want to know in everybody's neighborhood. what they
Everybody
are.
wants to
I
know.
go to all the neighborhoods in
love
Fishers,
that.
Carmel, anywhere that I feel that I could understand
Yeah.
at home. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Send me anywhere,
Send me
people.
to Greenwood.
Anywhere.
Be like, I'll go.
I'm coming.
So come join us, and you have a built-in buyer specialist for your business.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come join us. Absolutely. It's the best place ever. It really is. It's
Yeah.
great energy. It's fun. We are not too serious.
Nope.
Nobody's taking ourselves too seriously.
That's good. That's a
which
good
is
point.
really important to me because I do not.
Yeah.
I'm a very good judge of people.
Yeah.
And I cannot handle it if someone was just like blowing smoke.
Or
you know what I mean?
negative or-
That is
yeah.
not happening on our brokerage.
No, it's not.
If we need help, it is available. It
Yeah.
is always
You're right.
there. There's no
Even
one
that text
lying.
message yesterday.
Yes.
There was like 3 different seasoned agents came in right away
Yeah.
to help a newbie.
Yes.
And she was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I
it's
was driving and I
wonderful.
read it and I thought,
Yeah.
that's what this is about.
It is.
Is the seasoned helping the new.
And
the
you
new
always want to
helping
teach. Always.
Always.
So
Yeah, thank you for being a good student.
Thank you.
And for being here today.
Thank you
It
so
was
much.
Awesome. You're welcome.
call me.
Call Gail. Her Instagram will be posted.
If I had real
And
fingers, I'd say call me.
if you're not part of our brokerage, but you still want a buyer specialist, you may call
Yes.
us as well. But check us out. Follow Keller Williams Portfolio. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks, girl.
Thank you.